Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And once again, it's a blessing to come together in the names of our Father, our Savior, as well as our Savior, on the Shabbats that they have ordained and that they have designated that those that are being invited and called into their faith is to be involved with them as they are to lead us and to show us the way of salvation. And of course, the past weeks we've been involved in the training sessions, the past 4 or 5 weeks or so about the Passover and unleavened bread is for our salvation. It's for those individuals that desire in their hearts and minds that they would like to do so in their homes. And so that's what these training sessions have been about. And today, of course, we've got this particular teaching that we're involved with. I'll announce that in a moment. But I just want to encourage everyone, as I've been doing so every Sabbath, to please consider taking notes. Please consider reviewing so that you can review after the fact, whatever time frame that you want to use. Now, this period of time that we're in right now has to do with our government that's going to change the time as of this evening. They want to do 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm not involved in doing that way, but they want to change to spring it forward by 1 hour. So when the time frame for the Yah's calendar, which starts after sundown today for the first of the month, when Yah's calendar begins, uh, the Passover itself will be on March 13th, Friday evening, for us on Eastern Standard Time in the East Coast, from Friday evening the 13th into the 14th. And that will begin the Passover for us. And because they're going to change the time, our schedule for services will be anywhere from 7:15 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. when we started here for our assembly. But for those of you that are scattered across the land of this country, your time zones are different. So whatever the time zone it is for you is when you will operate and conduct yourself in keeping the Passover. So now, continuing what I'm trying to introduce right now, is that Yah's calendar is different than what the world portrays. And so when we have the calendar itself, for us, after the Passover on the 14th, it will begin going into the 15th, which would be the first day of unleavened bread on the 15th of the calendar. So the 14th was already been accomplished, and then the 15th is the first day. In the end of that week, between the 20th and the 21st, that time frame from Friday to Saturday is the seventh day of the week, but it's also the seventh day of unleavened bread. So that becomes a double Sabbath. So I just wanted to share that part with you as far as the time frame is concerned. Now, I want to encourage everyone as well. When you are involved in the 7 days of unleavened bread, I'd like to encourage everyone to consider uh, going into, to encourage everyone to, during those 7 days, is to read the prophecies given to Ezekiel about the history and the future of a renewed Israel. And that renewed Israel is documented in the prophecy that was given to Jeremiah, or it's Yirmiyahu in the Hebrew. He was given that prophecy. It's in his chapter 3, that we covered multiple times in the past, verses 1 through 14. But during the process of reading that chapter, toward the end of those verses, 13 and 14, is when it's introduced that he had already divorced Israel because of their disobedience and rebellion. And so, therefore, he was designating a new type of Israel, one of a city and two of a family on average. So, that is set up by the Most High for that process to take place. Now, when I mentioned about reading the book of Ezekiel during the 7 days of unleavened bread, I also would like to introduce this, because we're living in a serious time of the last days of unleavened bread. I mean, the last days of existence, but having to do with unleavened bread. And eating unleavened bread shows this is the subject matter. that we're studying for today. Eating unleavened bread shows our departure with the Messiah. I repeat that. Eating unleavened bread shows our departure with the Messiah. This theme scriptures will be announced as John, the Gospel of John, chapter 13, verse 1, and John chapter 17, 1 through 26. So, also, I like to make mention of this. Since we're living in prophetic times, serious prophetic times, the subject matter of a series that was also brought into existence by the creators is this subject matter is prophecy is, you can write this down, prophecy is being fulfilled for the last days. That is a particular series that has been taught several years back, and therefore this is a series that is going to be repeated. All right. So once again, prophecy is being fulfilled for the last days. It's a 5-part series, and so I just like to announce that and just let you be aware that that is a teaching series that I will be presenting over the next month or so as a 5-part series. So, giving you all of that, I just want to say to all of you to be encouraged, take it seriously for your own personal lives. Whatever you're deciding to do as far as being involved with the Passover and Haggamas, the days of unleavened bread, in your homes, as the time period comes to you, if you're deciding to do that, you will be honoring the Father and honoring your Savior, Yeshua. And so I say all of that now as we are to begin this particular teaching for today on a recording. You can pull that up, and when you pull up the recording, you will be involved in hearing the teaching for today. Again, you know, as far as the days of unleavened bread forthcoming and the Passover. All right. Again, I repeat for the third time, eating unleavened bread shows our departure with the Messiah. And then the scriptures that will be introduced is John, the Gospel of John, chapter 13, verse 1, and John chapter 17, 1 through 26. All right, so I'm going to close it off now and my introduction, and just be blessed and serve your Most High Father and our Savior, because they are about to complete the first fruits of the 144,000 as the first fruits, as the start of their plan of salvation, in an order of introducing for mankind every human soul in the future. But we are to be the first fruits. All right, so I'm going to close right now, and I'll just leave this to my granddaughter here.